And welcome to the Hired Gun Podcast with your host, the Hired Gun. First, like, subscribe, share. How you doing, y'all? So this is episode one 11, 111. Cause I did 110 yesterday. I just didn't say it. But from now on, I'm just gonna keep count. This is episode 111. Uh, it's a good thing I didn't talk about NXT yesterday because I watched NXT last night and some stuff happened last night that we need to talk about. But first, we need to kind of talk about some free agents that's probably going to WWE. Oh well, not probably. Like guaranteed they're going to WWE. Okay. So, Mike Santana finished up his contract this week. He's not at TNA tapings. Um, yeah, he's not at TNA tapings right now. His contract ends in a couple days, and the rumor is he's not going to TNA. He's not going to TNA. I mean, he's not going to TNA, back to TNA, and he's not going back to AEW. All right, that boy going to the E. uh, that boy going to the WWE. Ain't no way around that. Ain't no way. Yeah, like he's going now. Whether he goes to NXT for a short term, and then he gets caught up to the main roster, it's happening. All right, it's happening. All right. Um. uh. Who else? Oh, okay. Cash and Enzo are coming to the WWE. Now I said this before, but it's a lot now. Cash was just being seen, just being Cash was just at the NXT headquarters the other night. Alright, the other day. So was Zilla. He was there too, you know. And now uh big no, Enzo was at the PA the NXT headquarters. You know, now Cash is his contract is expiring. This is why he's not on AEW TV, and he's already informed them that he's going back to WWE. So that's somebody else. Now, I talked about this before about certain wrestlers that um just they just they get the itch. They get the itch and they wanna go back. And it doesn't matter if they see somebody else go there and it didn't work out. Because it's not them. Because it's not them. That's just how they feel about that kind of stuff. Yeah, I seen what happened to, Anderson Black, I seen what happened to all the other people, but it's not me. And I can do better. And they probably will. Eric Gunn just got released by TNA. And he's another one who was calling himself the gatekeeper and shit. And he was jobbing out. He was like, and I thought it was weird that Eric Gunn he had a world title shot. He won it, and it was supposed to be at Slammiversary, and then they moved that shit up. Like Mike Santana had a couple title defenses before he got the Ziggler. Alright, he had one against Rich Swann that was on TV. He had another one against Steve Macklin that was on TV, and then he had another one that was Eric Gunn that was on TV before he got to Ziggler at the pay per view. He had these title defenses, and I could have sworn Eric Gunn had one before. Look at the pay per view, but they split that shit up, and I see why, because they didn't release them today. And he could go, and I can see two places he go. He can go back to Canada and be with start start the war and be at Maple Leaf because he's Canadian, or he can come to the E and be in NST. He got friends. He got friends that, and the only reason he was in NST before, I mean WWE before, is because he didn't want to work for Vince. You know, like he didn't want to work for Vince. That was his biggest. That was his biggest issue he had. Like he didn't want to work for Vince. You know, he didn't want to work for Vince. While he was in Raiders. That, that was the rumor. You know, or not rumor. That's what he said. So I can see him doing something with NXT. Boy, like I'm not gonna say that you know well, yeah, I'm not gonna say that one of the things that was good about uh, some of these releases. Not to eat this out other people now. Now I don't know if this is gonna resolve in more cuts eventually, but we'll see. We'll see. But it looks like they upgrade the E a little. So even now Corbin, you know, it sounds like he's coming back, but I'm not sure. All right, because he keep seeing stuff on the internet and he's answering it. Now he didn't deny it. He didn't deny he wasn't coming back. You know, but we'll see about that. But it looked like they reloading. The E is reloading on certain veterans to come in and be around. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Last night, Nikki Blackheart debuted on NXT. Now they didn't say her name. They didn't say her name, Nikki Blackheart, and they didn't say Martinez. All right, neither one of them. Right, they did it how they did Ricky Saint when he first came debuted. They didn't say his name. Right, and then he got a name the following week, and then they did that for who else did they do that for? Was it Blake Monroe? Yeah, yeah, they did it for Blake Monroe, and when she debuted on NXT, they didn't give her a name at first, right? And the same thing they did with Nikki Blackheart. She debuted, and they didn't say a name. Now, Lee Blackheart has only been wrestling for 2 years, right? But she's phenomenal, and she's a beast. Now, she kind of slipped up last night when she was doing the torture right. She went down too low at first and almost fell, right? But that's the nerves. It's the first time being there, it's the first time, like you debuting and everything, and sometimes you mess up. Now, NXT's taping their next show, so it won't be live. And oh, sorry, I'm pretty sure I can get a hold of the results pretty soon. But yeah, they taped the show, taped the next show. Last night NXT was good. I like NXT now. You know, they was promoting uh, a match. Nah, I'm not gonna get these names right. So they've been heavily putting in Triple A guys on the show in NXT. So much I was gonna say a couple days ago. I see what NXT is doing now, or the E is doing right now. They're shifting. They're shifting their attention from away from TNA, and they shifting it to AEW instead because they own AEW. So they can mess with AEW in their roster and use them to get over. And they're already using AAA as a different platform for their wrestlers, and they're gonna be in Mexico pretty soon, and they're gonna have a Raw, they're gonna have AAA, and they're gonna have SmackDown there, do shows in Mexico, alright, and then they got a pay per view. Like AAA has a pay per view the same day as NXT, so you don't have to watch AEW uh, on their pay per view, which you're still gonna get fans who watch AEW. Like the fans that watch AEW and are AEW fan, are hardcore fans, still gonna watch AEW. Now, people like me who prefers the E over AEW are gonna watch the E product. I mean, that's what I did over the weekend, you know. But I just noticed it now. Now saying that, the TNA did do. I'm gonna lump all this shit in together today. Alright, like TNA did do a tournament for a new belt they created, the knockout, like a mid card belt, and I'm pretty sure there's some AAA people in there, females in there, and there's some NXT people up in there too. To crown a new champion. Let me see something. Let me see something right quick, y'all. Let me see if I can get Let me see if I can get yeah, if I can get the people from the tournament. All right, so the female, she's in the tournament, and Wendy Chu is in the tournament. So that's not. Uh, that's not. How to say this? That's not the top talent. It's not. When did you? Even though Wendy Chu just lost the belt, it was the Evo belt, women's belt. So there's that. And Thea ain't doing nothing right now. But I like her. She ain't doing nothing right now. So she can use the. This is what they do now. This is what they do when they want you to get more. What's the one I'm looking for? This is what they do when they want you to get more experience. There we go. Because if it worked for Trick, it worked for somebody else, right? Right? Now, we can also say that this is what they do when they don't got nothing else for you, and they might release you. But if they want you to get experience in first to see if they can capitalize and make you better, because they did that with Trick. Now, they was never gonna release Trick. Alright? They did that with Trick. They did that with Santino's daughter. They did that with a couple wrestlers, and they still got them. And some of them they don't. Some of them they don't. So that's some stuff you got to think about right there. Now, I hope everybody's good. But teenagers doing their thing. They had a real good pay per view over the weekend. So did NXT. And NXT had a very good pay per view too. AEW did too. It was long now. So what's happening now? What's happening now with AEW? Alright, is now their and this is the last thing I'm talking about AEW because tomorrow I'm coming tomorrow to talk about AEW. All right, they're changing the time to time from 8 to 7. This is a good thing because then it, it won't be in at 12 o'clock at fucking night. You know, because that was the biggest issue they was having is these long ass pay per views. Can't do shit afterwards. Past bad times on a Sunday and shit like that. We'll see. We'll see if Tony Khan says that. Let me go with NXT. So NXT was pretty good last night. I enjoyed it. We moved on with certain feuds, and we're starting new feuds now. Uh, you know, I love being right. I love being right about a certain wrestler. The new women's champ, Kendall, Kendall Gray. I knew she was gonna be champ. Because it was the first time them being on CW on the pay per view. They were throwing out these stats. And then I actually thought about it. I thought about uh, she's already had 2 title shots. She's already had 2. Right? She had one when she was the Evo champion, women's champion. I'm saying that right, right? And she was still in she was still in NXT with the belt, right? And she challenged JC Jane the first time, okay, and then she challenged for it again, um, against JC Jane and Lola Vice, okay. Alright, and then this was her third time challenging for it. Now listen, Lola Vice had a short run because she shouldn't get called up. She wasn't even on the show last night. Right? Because she didn't eventually she's gonna drop the belt for Triple H too. Alright? And then she's gonna get moved up to the main roster. There's no way around that. It's just time. So they had to give the belt to somebody that they can run with it at least 6 months to a year, because Kendall's probably getting called up pretty soon too. Alright, because she's real good. She's probably the best female wrestler. They got in ring, not promo wise, and she talked about that last night. In ring, she's probably the best they got down there. In the ring now, main roster, she's top 5, top 4. She's good. Kurt Angle even said something about her yesterday. That's how good she is. She's real good. Um, but they started stuff with her last night. Keanu Jordan was involved in the situation too. So was Paxley, which I don't think she's getting caught up right now. Right? I think she got to do some other work first. I think she's gonna job out to some people first before that happens. You know, because she just lost her rematch for the North American Women's title and then she lost last night to Kiani, which I think that's gonna be the next champ eventually. Alright, I think she'll get her title shot and she's gonna beat Kendall, eventually. I can see that happening. Yeah, I can see that happening soon. Soon. Um, you know. Uh, but I am looking forward to what's next. Oh well, hold on a minute. What's the name? Speaking of what's next for What's next for what's next for I mean for Kendall. So Kendall, what did she do last night? She had a promo. Good grief. She had a promo and then she had a promo and then she had a promo and then she had a hi um she had a promo. How was the food? She had a promo. She had a statement last night. She came back out on the main event and watched the main event because it was a women's main event. But doing that, she got attacked by what's her name? Armstrong. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She got attacked by her. So they're setting up stuff to have her have a first opponent. But I mean, she already gave her first defense next week against Nadi, which listen, eh, they was never gonna do Nadi right. Like they was never gonna do her right. Like they just wanted to sign her to keep her away from AEW. All right, all right. Now I can tell you one person he's not gonna sign back. All right, and Monet already put it out there. Bailey's gone. Okay, Bailey's gonna do what she got to do and do her job. All right, and job out. And when her contract is up, she's out. Now she may go to TNA for a minute because she wants to wrestle there. Like that was her words. She wants to wrestle there, but she's doing the AEW. Like she's gonna go be with her best friend. That's guaranteed. Especially the success that her best friend is getting and what's happening now. Mind you, man, 2 years ago, Bailey was on top. She won the Rumble and then she won the belt and then after that it was down the fucking hill after that. I don't know what the fuck happened. You know, right? And everybody sees this shit and how they treat her, and they can say, "Oh, she's the perfect um, a locker room leader and all that good shit." But it don't matter. It don't matter what kind of leader. Sorry, y'all. It doesn't matter what kind of leader you are in the locker room, right? If you're jobbing out to everybody, when they see you in a match against anybody, there's a good chance you might fucking lose, right? Right? And then you gotta hear, oh, she's so good with the females, right? She's so good. She's a locker room leader. Who the fuck gives a fuck about that? If 2 years ago you were on top and now like you at the bottom now. So, like the reason Nadi's in NXT right now is because Bailey is on fucking main roster doing job, doing Nadi's job that she used to do, job out to people, you know. Alright, and then so I don't know when her contract is up this year, but it is up this year. Alright, it is up this year. You know, and I hate to be mad about that or something, but some things you just gotta get mad about and say how you feel about how they treat somebody in the company. Alright, and I'm a fan. I am, and maybe this might sound a little biased. Oh fucking well. Oh fucking well. I like Bailey. Alright, I do. I think she deserves better than what she's getting. I really do. I really do. Like ain't no way in the world you can fall from grace that like she missed not last year not this year, last year's pay per view. Right, she missed it because these niggas want to play with her career and take her out of her match and give it to somebody else. Bailey. Like Becky. Now I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that um um Becky's better. I mean Bailey's better than Becky. Hey, to me she is. But hey, she the fan base says will say something different. But there's no way she should have missed WrestleMania 2 years ago. I mean, last year. There's no way she should have missed WrestleMania last year. No way possible that should have happened. But it did. It did. So I'm really in the show with that because I can ramble about this shit more and more and more, but I won't. But I won't. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share. Make sure y'all watch wrestling. Make sure y'all watch E-Feds. Make sure y'all watch wrestling, wrestling. I'll be back on tomorrow. This is the Hired Gun podcast with the Hired Gun. God bless, love you, I'm out.